We're gonna be doing this pretty much every day, so make sure you tune in. It's gonna be awesome. These are the guys backstage. Say hi. Giving them a sneak insight on what's going on, really going on back here. This is where the real magic happens. Thank you guys for everything.
Live right now.
We're just live. It's not a big deal or anything.
What happens when one of the biggest pop stars on the planet decides to turn on a camera and stream his daily life to millions of fans? Well, we're about to find out because Justin Bieber, yes, that Justin Bieber, just became a Twitch streamer. And no, this isn't a fever dream. This is actually happening. October 22nd, 2025, Justin Bieber, the 31-year-old global megastar who sold over 150 million records worldwide, casually dropped a tweet that sent the internet into a frenzy. Live now, followed by a link to his brand new Twitch channel. No massive marketing campaign, no elaborate press releases, just two simple words that changed everything. Within 65 minutes of going live, Bieber had already racked up over 35,000 followers on Twitch. Most streamers spend years trying to build that kind of audience. Bieber did it in just over an hour. That's the power of being one of the most Googled people on the planet for 4 consecutive years.
Justin Bieber just joined Twitch, the same platform known for gamers, streamers, and live chats. But this isn't just another celebrity live stream, as it could mark a major shift in how fame actually works online.
But here's what makes this story fascinating. This isn't just another celebrity dipping their toes into streaming for a quick publicity stunt. According to multiple reports, Bieber has committed to streaming pretty much every day. That's right, daily streams. This is a legitimate career pivot from someone who just secured a record-breaking $10 million deal to headline Coachella 2026. So what exactly does a Justin Bieber stream look like? Forget everything you think you know about celebrity content. This isn't some polished, scripted performance. This is raw, unfiltered, and massive in scale. Bieber's first stream was filmed in a multi-million-dollar playground, a massive soundstage that doubles as his music studio. Picture this: a full-sized indoor basketball court, a professional golf setup, a skateboard halfpipe, a regulation-sized pool table, arcade games, ping pong tables, and multiple lounge areas complete with massive LED screens.
Justin Bieber is officially a Twitch streamer, y'all. He literally just went live talking to the fans, letting them know that he's gonna be streaming every day. This is crazy, chat.
This is a playground designed for someone who can literally afford to turn their hobbies into content. His inaugural stream lasted about an hour, and it was refreshingly normal. Bieber started by playing basketball with his friends. He was shooting hoops, talking trash with his buddies, occasionally checking his phone, and just being a regular guy who happens to have hundreds of millions of dollars and the most recognizable face in pop music. After basketball, he moved to pool, then skateboarding, then ping pong. But before ending, he grabbed a handheld camera and gave viewers a full tour of the soundstage, even showing the behind-the-scenes area where his team was managing the stream. And in a moment that sent social media into overdrive, Bieber casually took off his baggy white t-shirt, revealing his extensively tattooed arms and torso. Because why not? This is streaming. After all, authenticity over everything.
First stream. Real. No disrespect, no disrespect that. But why is anybody who has a big following, anybody who's famous?
Now, you might be wondering, why would someone who just secured the biggest performance deal in Coachella history decide to become a daily streamer? Let's talk about that Coachella deal, because it's absolutely historic. Bieber negotiated this deal directly with Golden Voice, the festival's promoter, completely bypassing traditional agency representation. He eliminated the standard agency commission, keeping 100% of that massive $10 million payday. This makes him the highest paid headliner in Coachella's history, surpassing legends like Beyonce, Ariana Grande, and The Weeknd. But here's the genius move. By launching a Twitch channel and committing to daily streams, Bieber is building unprecedented hype for his Coachella performance. Millions of fans will get to watch him practice, see behind-the-scenes content, and feel like they're part of his journey. It's a marketing strategy that's never been done at this scale before.
Yeah, we're about to cut the stream. We love you guys. See you next time.
Let's talk about just how massive Justin Bieber really is, because I think we sometimes forget the sheer scale of his global dominance. Justin Bieber has sold over 150 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. To put that in context, he's in the same conversation as the Beatles, Michael Jackson, and Elvis Presley. Not bad for a kid who was discovered on YouTube at age 13. His career statistics are absolutely mind-blowing. He's achieved 8 #1 albums on the US Billboard 200, becoming the youngest solo artist ever to accomplish this feat at just 28 years old, breaking a record that Elvis Presley held for 59 years. On the Billboard Hot 100, Bieber has collected 26 top 10 hits, including 8 #1 singles.
According to Mass Appeal Mag and Stream Scheme, we're living in the era of streamer-only stars, people who have built entire careers through platforms like Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. And these streaming-only creators have changed the rules of fame. Their popularity stems from their relatability.
His streaming numbers are equally staggering. Bieber's songs have generated 16.6 billion on-demand official streams in the United States alone. Globally, he has over 82 million monthly listeners on Spotify. His signature collaboration, Stay With the Kid Leroy, has accumulated over 3.7 billion streams on Spotify alone. His 2015 album Purpose was a cultural phenomenon. The album sold over 14 million copies worldwide and spawned 3 consecutive #1 singles, What Do You Mean, Sorry, and Love Yourself. He became the first artist in history to occupy the entire top 3 of the UK singles chart simultaneously. His most recent album, Swag, released earlier in 2025, set a new Spotify streaming record on its debut day with 95.8 million streams.
We're gonna be doing this pretty much every day, so make sure you tune in. It's gonna be awesome.
The album features his son Jack Blues on the cover and centers on his marriage to Hailey Bieber, his mental health challenges, and his personal growth. And in what might be the most telling sign of his value, Bieber sold his entire music catalog, all 290 songs released before December 31st, 2021, to Hypnosis Songs Capital for over $200 million. At just 28 years old when the deal was finalized, this made him the youngest artist to secure a catalog deal of this magnitude. To understand why Bieber's move to Twitch is so significant, we need to understand the current state of streaming in 2025. Twitch currently boasts over 36.7 million monthly active users in the United States alone, with an average of 2.5 million people tuning in to watch streams at any given time.
When they go live, it's always flags and countries in the chat. What caused this effect?
The platform has evolved far beyond its gaming roots. In the first half of 2025, the Just Chatting category alone accumulated over 2.5 billion hours watched, proving that audiences crave authentic, unscripted interactions with creators. The top streamers on Twitch have become legitimate celebrities in their own right. Kai Cenat, currently the #1 streamer on the platform, has over 17.8 million followers and averages 94,000 concurrent viewers. His record-breaking Mephiathon subathon attracted over 104,000 active subscribers, and his celebrity collaborations with artists like Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Kevin Hart have redefined what's possible on the platform. With his existing social media following, hundreds of millions across Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, Bieber has the potential to bring an entirely new demographic to Twitch. We're talking about the Beliebers, one of the most dedicated fan bases in music history. These aren't typical Twitch users, they're pop culture consumers who might never have downloaded the app if not for Justin. Bieber isn't the first celebrity to try streaming, but he might be the first to fully commit to it at this scale, and that distinction matters. Kai Cenat revealed back in March 2025 that Justin Bieber had texted him, fueling speculation about a potential collaboration. With Bieber now officially on Twitch, that collaboration seems inevitable. Imagine a stream featuring 2 of the biggest names in their respective fields, the king of Twitch and the king of pop. The viewership numbers could be astronomical. But here's what makes Bieber's approach different from other celebrity streaming attempts. He's not just showing up for a one-off sponsored stream, he's building infrastructure. That massive warehouse isn't rented for a day, it's his studio. The equipment isn't temporary, it's permanent. The commitment to daily streams isn't a publicity promise by all accounts. He's serious about it.
And complete control over their content, giving their audience a real connection that many fans do not feel with Hollywood celebrities. And thanks to streamers like Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed, we've already seen Hollywood and social media celebrities mix more.
This represents a fundamental shift in how A-list celebrities view digital platforms. For years, traditional celebrities have treated social media as a marketing tool, a way to promote albums, movies, or products. But Bieber seems to be approaching Twitch as a legitimate creative outlet, a way to connect with fans without the filter of traditional media, record labels, or publicists. Consider the context. This is someone who spent most of his adult life under the microscope, with smartphones and cameras on him 24/7. He's achieved what many thought impossible, successfully transitioning from teen phenomenon to respected adult artist. He's won Grammys, broken countless records, and set 35 Guinness World Records throughout his career. And yet, despite all that success, Bieber has consistently sought privacy. He and his wife Hailey recently purchased a $7 million lakeside home in Idaho, specifically to escape the chaos of Los Angeles, which makes his decision to stream daily even more intriguing. This isn't someone who craves attention, he actively runs from it. So why stream? I think the answer lies in control, and perhaps in authenticity. For nearly 2 decades, Justin Bieber's public image has been shaped by others, by tabloids, paparazzi, gossip sites, and social media algorithms. His struggles with mental health, his very public mistakes as a young star growing up in the spotlight, and his journey towards stability have all been filtered through media narratives he didn't control. Streaming offers something different. Direct connection, no editors, no gatekeepers, just him, his friends, and his fans, on his terms, in his space, showing exactly what he wants to show. Bieber is arguably the first mega pop star to come of age entirely in the social media era. Variety called him an internet icon who revolutionized how artists connect with fans. He was discovered on YouTube, rose to fame through social media, and has watched platforms evolve from MySpace to Instagram to TikTok to now, Twitch. For Gen Z and younger millennials, his core demographic, streaming is the content format of choice. They don't want heavily produced music videos or scripted interviews. They want real-time interaction. They want to see their favorite artists as actual people, not as marketing products. Bieber understands this better than most because he's lived it. Let's talk money for a minute, because while Bieber's streaming venture might seem like a passion project, make no mistake, it's also brilliant business. The top Twitch streamers earn millions annually through subscriptions, donations, sponsorships, and ad revenue. Kai Cenat, for example, has an estimated net worth of $14 million at just 23 years old, built almost entirely through streaming. But the real value might be in brand building. Streaming offers something his recorded music can't: ongoing engagement. Every stream is a touch point with fans. Every interaction builds loyalty. This isn't just about making money from streaming, it's about maintaining cultural relevance in a rapidly changing media landscape. Consider also the promotional power. When Bieber eventually releases new music, he'll have a built-in platform to debut songs, discuss creative processes, and generate organic buzz. No radio payola, no playlist politics, just direct access to millions of engaged fans. The response to Bieber's Twitch debut has been fascinatingly mixed. On one side, you have the Beliebers, who are absolutely thrilled. The rapid growth to 35,000 followers in 65 minutes speaks to this enthusiasm. Social media exploded with fans sharing clips and praising what one viewer called his genuine, unpretentious style. On the other side, you have streaming purists who are wary of celebrities crowding the space. There's a legitimate concern that when massive stars like Bieber join the platform, it becomes harder for smaller streamers to get discovered. But here's the counter-argument. Bieber's presence on Twitch will likely bring millions of new users to the platform who would never have joined otherwise. Pop music fans aren't traditionally Twitch users, but they'll download the app to watch Justin. And once they're there, they might discover other streamers and expand the overall ecosystem. Stepping back from the immediate reaction, I think Bieber's move to Twitch represents something bigger than just one celebrity trying a new platform. This is about the fundamental restructuring of fame, celebrity, and media consumption in the 2020s. For generations, the path to stardom was clearly defined. Get discovered, sign with a label, release content through traditional channels, and let media gatekeepers control your image. But that model is dying, if not already dead. Today's biggest stars increasingly own their platforms, control their narratives, and connect directly with fans. Streaming represents the apotheosis of this trend: live, unfiltered, direct access with no intermediaries. When Variety called Bieber one of a handful of defining artists of the streaming era that has revitalized the entire music industry, they were specifically talking about music streaming. But Bieber is now defining the live streaming era as well. He's showing other major artists that you don't have to rely on traditional promotional cycles to stay relevant. You can just stream every day, be yourself, let people in. This also intersects with broader generational shifts in media consumption. Traditional television is dying, radio is fragmented, even social media is increasingly viewed as inauthentic, but live streaming, that feels real, that feels personal, that feels like actual connection rather than corporate marketing. Of course, it's not going to be all smooth sailing. Streaming daily is brutally difficult, even for professional streamers who've built their entire careers around it. The pressure to constantly create engaging content, to maintain energy and enthusiasm, to manage a chat filled with thousands of simultaneous messages, it's exhausting. Most streamers burn out. The average career of a full-time streamer is just a few years before fatigue and repetition becomes overwhelming. And Bieber isn't starting as a nobody with nothing to lose. He's starting as one of the most famous people on earth, with every stream scrutinized, every moment clipped and analyzed, every mistake potentially becoming a headline. The warehouse setup, while impressive, could also become limiting. If you're streaming daily, how long before the content starts to feel repetitive? Basketball, pool, skateboarding, ping pong, it's engaging for a few streams. But will viewers tune in for the 50th basketball game? Professional streamers constantly innovate, create new segments, bring on guests, and mix up their content. Bieber will need to do the same. And then there's the personal toll. Bieber has been very open about his struggles with mental health, his need for privacy, and his desire to maintain a normal family life. He just became a father to Jack Blues in 2024. How does daily streaming fit into that life? How do you maintain boundaries when you're broadcasting your life to millions? These are real concerns, and they'll determine whether this venture lasts 6 months or 6 years. But if Bieber succeeds, and I'm talking about real, sustained success over years, not just initial hype, he'll have created a blueprint for how major stars can extend their careers and deepen fan relationships in the streaming age. Imagine a future where every major musician has a Twitch channel, where daily streams aren't just promotional tools but legitimate creative outlets, where fans don't just consume music, they participate in the creative process, watching it unfold in real time. If he pulls it off, expect other A-listers to follow. Drake on Twitch, Taylor Swift on Twitch, Beyonce on Twitch, not for one-off events, but as actual regular streamers. The traditional boundaries between different types of entertainment would completely collapse. And for fans, this would be revolutionary. Instead of waiting 2 years between album cycles to hear from your favorite artist, you could tune in every day. Instead of heavily curated social media posts, you'd get real-time interaction. Instead of feeling like a passive consumer, you'd feel like part of a community. This is why Bieber's venture matters. It's not just about one celebrity trying something new. It's potentially the beginning of a fundamental shift in how fame works, how artists connect with audiences, and how content is created and consumed in the 21st century. So here we are, October 2025, Justin Bieber, one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with 8 #1 albums, 8 #1 singles, 150 million records sold, a $10 million Coachella headlining deal, and a $200 million plus catalog sale, has just committed to streaming on Twitch pretty much every day. Is it a publicity stunt? Maybe, but the infrastructure suggests otherwise. Is it a brilliant business move? Almost certainly, but more than anything, I think it's a genuine attempt by one of the most famous people on the planet to find a new way to be creative, to connect with fans, and to do something that feels real in an increasingly artificial world. In his first stream, Bieber told viewers, "We're going to be doing this pretty much every day, so make sure you tune in, it's going to be awesome." That's either the promise of the year or the setup for the most spectacular celebrity flameout in streaming history. Either way, we'll all be watching, cause love him or hate him, Justin Bieber just made streaming history, and in the era of digital media where attention is the ultimate currency and authenticity is the ultimate value, maybe turning on a camera and just being yourself is the most revolutionary thing a celebrity can do. The kid from Stratford, Ontario, who was discovered on YouTube singing covers in his bedroom, who became a global phenomenon before he could legally drive, who survived the pressures of fame that have destroyed so many child stars, who rebuilt his image and his career multiple times over, is now embarking on his boldest experiment yet. Welcome to the Bieber era of Twitch. This is going to be wild.